Hey everyone, Dr. Crehay here. In this video, I'd like to further talk about the distinction between discrete and continuous data. This is really one of the most important foundational concepts that we've talked about because depending on the type of data you have in any given variable, that determines what statistics you can run. So if I have a discrete variable, I can run certain kind of statistical tests. If I have a continuous variable, I can run different kinds of statistical tests. And if I have combinations of continuous and discrete, again, that opens up the door for many other possibilities. So we'll talk about all of those tests as we progress through the course. But first, let's make sure that we really have an understanding of these differences. With discrete data, you have specific groups that you can fall into. So you're either in one of these boxes or you are not. So say, for example, we have our variable of class status. We've used that a lot in this course. As an example, class status, you have 4, maybe even sometimes 5 or 6 options, right? So you give people a survey and you ask them to indicate what is your class status. These numbers will indicate different things. You define them. So maybe a 1 indicates that they're a sophomore, 2 is a freshman, 3 would be junior, 4 senior, 5 there are actually some people enrolled in these courses that are not degree seeking, so perhaps they're going back to school to beef up certain parts of their coursework, sometimes in preparation for graduate school, sometimes just to get ahead in their current job, whatever it happens to be. So I'm going to put NDS, non-degree seeking, or you might have kind of other. This could be any kinds of things. Sometimes there are post-bac programs. There are a lot of different options. So say that in my survey I put this question in here, and your job is to kind of circle, well, okay, I'm a junior. This is a discrete variable. So this is a discrete variable. So if we were in SPSS, I would have something like this, right? Class status, where I have data from some people. So one person said 3, maybe another 2, 4, 5, 1. So this is my variable. I've got 5 people here, and it's a discrete variable. You're either in one category or you're in a different category. You cannot fall in the center here, right? So you're in one category or a different one. Another example, how many times have you gone to the dentist in the past year? So either you've gone or you haven't gone, right? So if you went in July, that would be 1. If you went in October, that would be 2. You can't halfway go to the dentist, right? You're either in one category or you're in another. Say, for example, I have a variable, well, we can just do something easy. We can do age, right? So I ask people in this study, what is your age? Typically, we're going to say things like, I'm 21, or 37, 52, however old you happen to be. We tend to give a whole number. But what we're really doing is we're rounding, right? We're rounding to the nearest whole number, or maybe we're rounding up a little bit if we're 20, being really ready to be 21. I remember doing that when I was younger. But realistically, we're 21 and 3 months, or excuse me, 20 and 8 months. So we can fall anywhere in the continuum. We're not 20 or 21 or 19 or 50 or 60 or 70. We're that number and then a couple of months. Theoretically, we can take on any number within the range of how long people are able to live. So this is a different variable that I'm calling age. So I'm going to put that here. So maybe we have someone that is 20.7, someone else is 21.8, maybe someone else is 56.2, so on and so forth. So what we have here is we have a discrete variable and we have a continuous variable, both in our data set. So when we're defining these terms, it's bivariable. You'll have a discrete variable, a continuous variable. You might have a handful of continuous variables, so you have a lot of continuous data there. But this is the distinction. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll be using this concept quite a bit in the future. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Send me an email.